Hello and welcome to Gap38.
Hello.
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 Happy New Year.
Merry New Year. Merry New Year.
Merry New Year. Yes. Merry New Year. And for those of you who don't understand Merry New Year, watch the film Trading Places if you're allowed to now watch the film Trading Places. Yes. Right. Gap38 has gone visual.
Oh, God.
Dum, dum, dum,
Run, hide,
dum,
barricade the doors.
No, you wouldn't listen to us verbally, so we thought we'd like show our faces for once. Maybe twice.
It does actually run the risk that we'll be more likely to be
Arrested.
hunted.
Yes. But do they know it's us? Do they know that these two faces are actually us?
They probably do.
This could be AI.
Oh, God.
Mind you, anybody who's listened to our previous podcasts would probably say it's artificial intelligence.
Artificially intelligent.
Yeah. Yes. So talking of podcasting.
Podcasting.
What did you put in that coffee you made me just now?
Caffeine.
Yeah, right. Talking of podcasting, right, for those of you that are new to Gap38 or haven't listened to us or seen us before, in fact, anybody that's listened to Gap38 hasn't actually seen us before. Right, it is totally and utterly improvised. We have no idea what we're going to say, when we're going to say, or how we're going to say it. So we probably will say something that will offend somebody somewhere, somehow, at some point.
Yeah.
So if you are easily offended,
oh, fuck off.
And there is only one trigger warning, which is
fuck trigger warnings.
You've been warned. Right, job done. Yes.
So
what do we have?
A very dodgy green screen.
Yes, we do have a very dodgy green screen, don't we?
Yeah.
Look, I'm disappearing. Oh, I'm disappearing. Help. Look,
The clouds you go. You just got consumed by the weight of 80 elephants.
Yes.
I've just been eaten by 80 elephants. I'm going in again. Oh, they don't want. Oh, there we go.
And my hand appears from the 80 elephants, and it goes back to the 80 elephants.
Yes, we apologise for the really bad green screen, but this is the first video podcast that we've done, or video thing. Is it still a podcast even though it's
a podcast?
Right, okay.
Don't ask me what the definitions are, but it's still technically.
Because I thought a podcast could only be listened to on an iPod, and then you told me about Spotify and Androids and
a podcast was first developed for iPods,
right? Okay.
And then the term, like with all things in language, etymology happened, and the word just became literally the meaning of anything else.
I've got a picture in my head because my left ear keeps disappearing. Look.
Yes, so does mine look.
Or the way you're looking at it, it's my right
ear.
Yeah, my right ear.
My right ear, which is on your left.
Yeah, that's my right ear is disappearing. Eh?
What?
Yeah. So yes, and then you talked about androids, and the only android I ever knew was the paranoid android in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy,
or the little green man on a Samsung phone.
No, I prefer the paranoid android.
Yeah, but you must know the little green man on the Android, in the Android phones.
Yeah.
So you know two androids.
So was he paranoid as well?
The amount of software updates he was doing, probably, yes.
And for anybody who's watching this or listening to this, there is no need to be paranoid just because the world's out to get you. It'll be fine.
So paranoia if they're not, and believe me, they are.
Yeah. You've seen what the latest governments are trying to do. Yeah.
Whether that be Labour in England,
Trump in America,
Trudeau in Canada. Oh, finally, he's gone.
Yeah.
Who's in charge of France now?
I don't know.
The Germans in France.
Again.
The Germans in Poland.
Again. Yeah. Anyway, we've got to say welcome to Tim Tim Pearson.
Hopefully, yes.
Merry New Year, Tim.
Hopefully
wherever
we've
you
got
are.
Tim
Hopefully
Pearson.
we've got Tim Pearson. Merry New Year.
listening.
Yeah, absolutely. And the good Lord Chimpers.
Yes, the good Lord Chimpers.
Good Lord Chimpy. Yeah.
Assuming that they're watching on our YouTube as well, if not listening to the YouTube, or even maybe listening to this when we decide to upload the audio-only version back to Spotify.
Right, can we do a video version on Spotify?
I don't think so.
Okay. Right.
I've heard that some Spotify podcasts have got visuals now, but I don't know how to do
Okay.
that.
Okay. So, hello.
Hello.
Hope you all had a good Christmas and New Year, as we say. Yes,
Yes.
Merry New Year. Right. So, news. Right.
The news.
Right. Just to prove that this is all actually improvised. I don't know whether you'll be able to see this, but I've just searched on my phone. Right. Bad. The strange news stories. Right.
Yes.
So there is this strange news story. Right. What is it? Stranded astronauts. Right, send Christmas message from space. So when you look at it, I don't know whether you would actually be able to see it properly, right? You won't be able to see it properly. But look, they're all wearing Christmas hats. If they're stranded, how did they get that stuff up there? Did they know back in April when they went up there, they was going to be up there for Christmas? So they took the decorations and the Christmas pud and the cake and the turkey and
There's
the
two
hats and the
options.
crackers.
There's two options.
And the biscuits and the cheese and
three
the presents.
Three options. Right, there's three options.
Or did Santa deliver them?
No, Santa can't leave orbit.
All right. Okay.
Santa's not allowed to leave orbit. He's
I
tried that
thought
before.
we lived in the North Pole.
Yeah. So we can't leave orbit.
Right. So where is Orbit?
Orbit's the big ball around the spherical Earth. We live on a sphere. We don't, well, an ellipsoid. We don't actually live on a flat Earth, unlike some people believe. We live on a sphere. So the orbit is effectively a fine layer of the atmosphere around the planet that encompasses the full 360 degrees around it.
Right.
So
we all live in orbit.
yes.
So right, that's fine.
Unless, yeah, and
Or we all live under orbit.
In orbit, because it isn't just that fine layer; it comes all the way down. It's
Right.
weird sciencey stuff that does weird sciencey things.
Or a bit of what?
Orbit.
Orbit. Yeah. Orbit of what?
Anyway, so there's three options about the scientists.
I want to know what bit we're talking about.
The bit that was around the Earth.
Right.
Row your bit
I
round the world.
I was thinking of something else. If that's the case, I know lots of I've met a few orbits. Anyway,
row your bit gently round the world.
Can you get arrested for that in some countries? Rowing your bit around the world. See, we told you this was properly improvised. None of us knew. We didn't know that. Right, and that's why we're laughing, because we haven't heard these jokes before either. Right. Mosh pit nappy designed to avoid queues at big gig loos sell out.
Queues at big gig loos.
Yeah.
And the boots to cats to the boots to cats to the boots to cats to the queues at big gig.
So I'm not even going to read the story, and I can't show you the photo because it hasn't downloaded. They look like a pair of S&M pants. It's like it's unbelievable, and I don't know whether anybody is a fan of Billy Connolly. Excuse me, I keep looking at my phone so I can keep up the news. If anyone's a fan of Billy Connolly, but
Well, we are, but
we are, yeah. But even if you're not, it's worth looking for his sketch about the disco pants.
they're not the ones being worn by the Irish disco dancer, are they?
And it becomes that way, doesn't it? It's like discourse here, discourse there. No, we can't do that. That's racist. Is that racist?
No, it's not, because they're white.
Okay. Yeah, but it's still from other parts of the world. Right, okay. What else?
Doesn't matter if they're white, it's not racist to insult them.
Right, okay, right. So there we go. Right, let's see if I can get the photo, see if I can show the photo. Bear with me, show the photo. Have we heard anything from Tim or the good Lord?
I don't know about anything from Tim Pearson, but we have heard from
There was nothing on X from Tim.
Right, well, there was something from the good Lord Chimply
Right, the good Lord Jimmy.
that might
Merry New Year, good Lord Chimpers.
Yes, Merry New Year.
Yeah.
And I will read verbatim. In fact, actually, I can also show the message now that we're on video.
Don't do that.
Right, we're also going to set a poll, right? How long you think it will be before we get banned from YouTube?
Wait, we're setting a poll.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me we was going to Warsaw.
No, so we're setting a poll.
Yeah.
Digging a hole, putting concrete in it, and putting them in there, setting it.
Why are you putting a resident of Warsaw into the ground?
Because this seemed like a good idea at the time.
Good as well, isn't he?
There you go. Right.
But no, the good Lord
You can give me
Chimpley
advice about the building house as well. Go on, good Lord Chimpers.
has actually written to the Gap38 Christmas special, which, if you didn't get to listen to that from the very ending of series 1,
It's a series, it's not a season.
I don't know, because the series is a full title collection. The seasons are subgroups underneath that one title.
No, the title is Gap38 is what we are. So you have Gap38, Series 1, Series 2, Series 3.
Yes.
It's like you have, in America, they have Friends, Season 1, Season 2, Season 225, Season 226. It's like the Final Destination films, Final Destination 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This really now is actually the end. Or it might not be. We might make 6.
Anyway. Good Lord. From the very end of the last...
The good Lord Chimpers.
Yeah, the good Lord Chimpers. From the very end of the last series was Gap38, the Christmas special. The best thing since the birth of Christ.
Well,
And they were his words.
thank you. Thank you, good Lord.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
And on
Does
that note,
he mean Christ or Brian?
I think he means Christ, because you can't beat the birth of Brian.
No.
No.
No. No, you
Although
can't.
you can only probably beat the birth of Brian if you've got a juniper bush and a 1,000-year vow of
very good.
silence.
Yes, and now we're on YouTube and more widely accessible. Let's stop that. Let's
That
stop
can't,
that.
yeah,
Right.
that's not a copyright infringement.
Okay. Yes. Right.
Yeah, now that we've moved to YouTube, I've tested and checked the copyright rules.
All right. Okay. Yeah, well done. Well done.
Which means
Right.
nothing, because YouTube still false flags a lot of copyright infringement work.
Right. Okay. Right. What else was I looking for here?
There was something that you was mentioning
Oh, yes.
about
Yes. Howard Childs called to American Air Force Base, right? Almost started World War III. Right, Santa Tracker, the slip up that started a 70-year-old festive tradition. It all began when a child's accidental phone call to the secret US Air Force number. The rest is Christmas history. So if it's a secret Air Force number, how did they get hold of it?
Right, so no, this is actually a story that I know about, and from what I'm aware, this probably won't have all the actual information.
Excuse me, the clouds are coming.
So,
I'm being eaten by clouds.
God.
no. So,
That's the elephant's revenge.
Back on.
so
Go back to no, don't. Yeah.
Right. So back in the 50s, nuclear weapons were being developed by both sides.
Mm-hmm.
The Americans and the West, and Russia and the Soviet Union.
Mm-hmm.
So America's NORAD department had a top secret phone number that was only known to the president. Unfortunately, a Santa tracker in the 50s was invented in America for young children to call from their home landlines. Yank's term, because it was in America. Now, the number was actually very close to the NORAD number. So when it was produced and published, they didn't realise that they'd put a typo in the number for the Santa tracker, instead leaving a secret number that no one should know of by pure accident. But it was back then, right? which would lead you to the NORAD phone, specifically the big red telephone.
Back then it says it as Conrad
Conrad.
or
Which-
Conrad, which is
yeah.
now NORAD.
Yeah, which it would have been back then, but
Yeah.
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 So the defensive phone, the big red telephone, only had the
Batman and Commissioner Gordon.
nope. Not that big red telephone.
We need the bat signal.
The only
Why is it always kept under a cloth as well?
no,
Okay.
I don't know. But the big red telephone was the number was only known to the White House, to the president and their close staff.
Right.
So it
A
should
needle
be,
pulling thread.
it should have been impossible for Joe Public, let alone a child, to find that phone number.
Was it as almost as impossible as it was for the Titanic not to sink?
The Titanic, not to,
Was it that impossible?
almost as impossible as the Titanic not to sink.
Yes. Because they floated. When they launched on Titanic, they said it's impossible to sink this ship.
Yes, you've just asked,
Almost.
is it impossible not to sink, or as impossible not to sink the Titanic? Meaning that not only is it possible, it's guaranteed to sink.
Okay.
Yes, in your meaning, no in your words.
Okay. Right. Dear listener, watcher, do you understand what I mean? Thank you, because I don't. Please express messages underneath.
Yeah, let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit a like and subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
I'll do that in a
Yes.
bit.
Yes. And pay us. That'd be nice.
Pay us.
Donations are very good. That's why we've got a bit of a dodgy green screen, is because our technical department haven't sorted it out.
Yeah, well, that's because our financial department haven't given me the money to yet.
That's because we're not being paid by anybody yet. Right, moving on. That's quite intimidating, wasn't it? People are really going to go, fuck them, we ain't watching that anymore. Or they're going to go, oh, what's their bank account details? Let me subscribe to them. Yes.
If you have seen, or if you have listened to the first series on Spotify, you will know what we mean when we say that we are being funded by the Don of Basildona-Lingo.
Basildona-Lingo, hey, the Bazzy Don.
I wouldn't
The
do that. You wouldn't want to offend the Don
The
of
Don of the
Basildona-Lingo.
Basildona. No, he's all right with me doing it.
Of course, as long as
Yeah.
he's already given you
Yeah,
the clearance to do it.
he's told me he's okay with that.
Cool.
Yeah, the Don of Basildona-Lingo. Yeah.
All of that and all.
Absolutely. So,
But yeah, so the NORAD tracker.
so if we was to move house,
Yeah.
would Don Baz still fund us?
No, because we're not under his protection unless we stay within the Basildon region,
Yeah.
the region of his protection.
Right. Well, if we had a Basildon phone number, does that count?
No, he still wouldn't protect us because we need
No.
to be a residency in his protected region.
Okay. I'll have a word with him. I've got him on speed dial. I'll have a word. I'll see what he says.
So, anyway, going back to NORAD or Conrad or Con Air.
That's a great film.
Yeah.
Bit far-fetched, but it's a great film.
So NORAD,
Yes.
Conrad at the time,
Yes.
had that phone number, and the commanding officer of the base saw the big red phone start to ring.
Right.
And everyone on base knew that the big red phone would only be called by the president in the event that nuclear weapons were to be launched,
So everybody went,
or in the event that nuclear weapons had been launched. So everyone's now going,
oh, bugger, we did.
yeah, oh crap, basically. And
Yeah, I wouldn't say, oh, bugger, would they? Yeah, it'd be, oh, crap, because they're American.
Yeah.
Go, oh, crap, it's the end of the world, and I haven't opened my Christmas presents yet.
basically, yes.
Yes.
So he picks up the phone, thinking he's about to get the voice of the president or the voice of one of the president's aides.
Yeah.
And on the end of the phone, he hears,
Is this Santa Claus?
to which, quite fairly, he was believing that he was being pranked and insulted by someone at the White House, and he lost his shit. He started moaning about.
Did he go? I'll just finish.
No, it got stolen by the toilet.
All right.
I don't like toilets. They always steal my shit. Anyway, so he started berating the person at the end of the phone. Going,
I'll get quite warm when I'm finished on there because I feel all flushed.
Right.
Going, I'm the commander of the base. This is a restricted phone number. How did you get this? Who the hell are you? And at the end of the phone, the child starts crying, wanting to know where Santa was.
Where's Santa?
Now, something that's really funny about this that wasn't in the news article that we found this in, or rediscovered it in, was that there was interviews with the Conrad staff that were there at the time.
It was in there. I didn't read it.
Oh, you had seen the interviews?
Yeah, well, I haven't seen the interviews, but it's the Colonel's daughter.
Oh, not just the Colonel's daughter, but some of the Colonel's advisors as well.
Yeah, it said that he played along with it.
Not only that he played along with it, he was known to be a right miserable sod.
Oh, right. I didn't know.
He hated Christmas. When he was at work, he would not
Was he?
allow...
Colonel Grinch.
More or less, yeah. At work, he was very much of a, we are the last line of defence for the country. You are not allowed to smile and laugh while working here in case you kill a soul.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Right? Once you're off shift, once you're off in the barracks and you're out of my chain of command,
We get it. Yeah.
I don't give a...
Yeah.
But he was a right miserable sod.
Yeah.
And when the kids started to cry, because the big red phone was open so everyone could hear it, but only like the receiver was only used to speak. So everyone was hearing this and everyone was sort of looking at the boss, who very much does not enjoy Christmas while he's at work. Sort of wondering what he's going to do.
No one enjoys Christmas when they're at work. Trust me, I've worked Christmases. I've not enjoyed 1 minute of them.
Yeah, but you've not enjoyed working while on Christmas.
No, I've not enjoyed working whilst at Christmas.
Yeah. He didn't enjoy having Christmas while at work.
Oh, right, yeah.
He was that sort of person.
Yeah.
So everyone's looking at him going...
Yeah, I never had Christmas at work either.
Yeah, but not by choice.
No.
But everyone was looking at him going, what's he going to do?
Yeah.
Right, how's he going to treat this? And the commander actually then decides, I genuinely believe it's kid on the end of this one.
Yeah.
And he plays along.
All right. Okay.
And another phone call comes in on the big red phone the same night from someone else that had the wrong number.
Yeah.
And another one. And to this day in America...
And hence the edition started.
Yep, and to this day in America, NORAD now employs at Christmas 2,500 phone operators to answer Santa Claus phone calls.
Because it was them that started the tracker. Right.
That wasn't them that started it.
According to the news article.
No, it was a private company
Oh,
that started
so
the tracker.
Yeah, anyway.
With the wrong phone number.
Right, so, right. Okay, next.
Next. I've not got anything else.
Why do you not have anything? Let me carry on looking.
Because I thought you had all the news.
Why do I do all the research? Right. US city tells residents to stop sticking googly eyes on its statues. Yeah, I can get that. Mind you, looking at the picture, it's just a metal spherical ball. You can't see. Almost possibly just about just a spherical ball. The googly eyes, yeah, I'd put googly eyes on that. I'd actually put googly eyes probably on a bit of spring.
Well, talking of googly eyes,
so you could just walk past and go, flick.
Talking of googly eyes.
Oh god, we haven't got another one of your 20-minute monologues, have we?
No, it's a really funny story about Canada.
All right.
Right, because it's like silly things that are happening.
Yeah.
In Canada, they are actually currently at war with Denmark.
What?
Yeah.
Canada are at war with Denmark?
Yeah. They've been at war with Denmark for years.
What are you talking about?
There's this tiny little island exactly halfway between Canada and Greenland. Greenland is owned by Denmark. And it sits in both of their territorial waters.
Right.
Right? And neither of them have ever decided or have ever agreed at who owns it.
Right.
So every 6 months,
Right.
a small unit of that nation's Marines get deployed with a flag and a bottle of alcohol. They plant the flag in the ground and lay the bottle of alcohol and leave. And in 6 months, the other nation come and do it. They have been doing this now for something like coming on 20 years that they have been at war over this island with nothing
So
but
that could stuff a Trump. That could stuff a Trump, right? Because he wants to buy Greenland, right? He wants to buy Kuwait. He wants to take over Canada and buy Greenland, right?
At least it would stop this war in 20 years.
Well, no, it wouldn't. Would it?
If he takes over both,
yeah. Well, no, because that little island, who's going to claim that? If they can't decide now whose it is, it's going to be. There's going to be like that little bit between them, isn't it?
Yeah, but if he takes over Canada and takes over Greenland, it's no longer in Denmark territorial waters.
It would be a bit like no man's land, wouldn't it?
No, because it would now just be entirely within American territorial waters.
So let's be honest. Let's be honest. Canada are going to tell him to fuck off. Denmark are going to tell him to fuck off.
They already have.
Yeah,
both of them already have.
Both of them already have.
Right?
Yeah.
The thing is, if he does, right, if he fails to learn from history and he decides he's going to take Canada by force, I know of a few 12 Canadians in a rowboat.
That'd be interesting if he does that. Getting serious again for a minute. That'd be interesting if he does that because it'd be one NATO nation attacking another NATO nation.
So how does Art 5 work?
Exactly.
Article 5 for those that don't know is...
And if he goes into Denmark, it'll be the same thing. Goes in Greenland, Denmark, it'll be the same thing, wouldn't it?
And Art 5, for anyone that doesn't know, is you attack one, you attack us all.
Yes.
But Denmark...
It just means he'd have to shoot himself. He ain't thought of that one, has he?
Talking of Denmark...
And the great Elon wants to take over the world.
Talking of Denmark, hello. Right?
Talking of Denmark,
They
make great cheese.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
When
and bacon.
First, back in 2016.
Well, actually, it's the Danish pigs that make the great bacon.
Yes.
But yeah.
Back in 2016, Trump actually tried to buy Greenland.
Yeah, I know, and they'd already told him to fuck off.
Yeah, they'd already told him to fuck off, right? And said no part of Greenland or Denmark's territorial land is for sale or ever will be.
Exactly.
Right? He's then asked them again, to which Denmark have got even more creative.
Yeah, go on.
We have told Trump already that we do not wish to sell him Greenland. However, we are aware that every part of America is for sale. So we are willing to buy the entirety of the United States of America, except for its government.
That's fair enough.
So I basically said to Trump, if you want to do us a trade deal, why don't you become homeless?
Absolutely. Right. Anyway, look at the time, 28 minutes.
Yeah.
For the first one, 28 minutes. So we try and keep these down to about half an hour. Try. Mainly because of your sanity. Our sanity.
Yeah, something like that.
Our sanity. Do we have sanity?
We're doing a podcast where we talk nonsense.
Yeah. And there's things like autism, ADHD, anxiety.
Baldrick?
Yes, sir. What begins in come here and ends in ouch? I don't know, sir. Anyway.
Oh, I was more thinking of go and fetch me a pair of underpants and 2 pencils.
Ribble. Right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Right.
Yes.
You can leave us messages on the X feed, or what's formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah.
Yes. Gap38 _official.
Yep. You can leave us a message underneath this video or podcast or vocal podcast, depending on where you're accessing this. If we're on YouTube, obviously comments down below. If we're on Spotify, it's comments wherever the comments are. Don't forget to drop us a subscribe or follow or whatever
Yeah. Suggestions of things you'd like us to discuss or talk about.
Yeah.
And
Just please, in general, interact with the video. Give it a like. Give it a comment. Just let the algorithms know that you like this sort of thing.
give us a share. Yeah, share it with your friends, family.
Yeah, share it with people.
Yeah.
Tell the algorithm we're good.
Yeah.
Get yourselves informed about when we release more episodes if you really did like it.
Who is this algorithm?
The overlord that controls whether or not we're going to get views.
All right. So it's Elon Musk as a pseudonym then.
No, it's it's a pseudonym for Elon Musk on X.
Yeah.
It's a pseudonym for Jeff Bezos on Amazon and Spotify.
Yeah.
And it's a pseudonym for Google. Who's Google's CEO at the minute?
I don't know.
Well,
But I
it's
just
a pseudonym for
wondered
them on
who this bloke algorithm is.
Oh, he's the overlord that operates and controls how everyone gets to view everything.
All right. Okay.
If you do not please the algorithm, you will not be getting paid.
The great algorithm.
Oh, hail the algorithm.
No. All hail the great Dumple. More on the great Dumple and Dumpleology next
week.
Yes. Right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.